Hello there folks, RJB here, and today we're going to look at Light and Mong, two pro gamers playing fastest 1 vs 1, and unlike most pro gamers who play fastest, these two have a lot of experience playing fastest map. Well, maybe not a lot, but at the time that this game was played, somewhere in 2019, both players had a fair amount of knowledge and experience on fastest map. Now, both these players are amazing professional players. Light in particular here on the Brown Protoss is an insanely good professional player. He's even become world champion, more or less, twice so far over the past 2 years, which says a lot. But there's also another little thing that I think really highlights just how good Light is on the normal maps, how good of a professional he is, and there's this thing called Ultimate Battle that they do in Korea, where two players face off for 9 games in total. No matter the score, they finish 9 games. And they get an amount of money for every single win over those 9 games. And the person with the most wins continues on to the next Ultimate Battle. And they kind of invite the best players of that period of time for these ultimate battles. And Light, in the year 2020 in the year 2020, arguably had the most dominant ultimate battle performance by winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ultimate battle events in a row against players who were at the time all in the top 10 best Starcraft players in the world, which says a lot. This is arguably the single most dominant performance by a professional player in Starcraft history, that late 2020 period. And that says a lot about how good Light is. At the time, he was insanely good. And he's going for a mid-gate build order here on fastest, which is not what I was expecting. But Light seems to like doing this particular build order, it seems. It's Protoss against Terran, and it's a little bit unlucky for Light that Mong is on the other side of the map, because that means that Light is not going to be able to pull this off. Because Mong started off with an 8 barracks and a 9 supply depot, which means he's got enough Marines to defend, and his micro is so damn good that he should be able to defend this one rather easily. Now Zealots do keep coming from across the map, steady production there from Light. He really wants to make this happen. This push is what he's riding on. Mong, though, does have enough Marines and an SCV there in the mix as well to help with the micro. Light has to get some cannons down there and push from those cannons. But so far, not having much success. Mong he's just gonna fight and look for the fight. He's not gonna sit back. He's aggressively pushing forward. Now Light has some pretty good Zealot micro himself, so he gets a lot of kills, but the probe there went down, but another probe is there alive on the side. Marines are splitting up, running in circles around. It looks like Light is gonna get those cannons up and running, but the micro from Mong here is beautiful. But the multitasking and micro from Light, compared to Mong, is just as beautiful. And a little thing I want to say about Light is he's mostly and particularly known for his micro. He really does have, arguably, some of the very best micro among all of the professional players. And it shows. He is doing... This shouldn't be happening. This should not be happening like this. Like, Light's micro is so good with the Zealots that he's managed to somehow turn a situation that should be easily defended by Mong into a situation where Mong got pushed back all the way to the corner and cannons are coming up. I've never seen anyone get the upper hand over Mong like this with a mid-gate or even with any form of rushing. I've never seen Mong getting pushed back, but Light is arguably one of the few, if not maybe the only one, who can do it. He's just that good. Like, to put it into, like, I've been saying a lot about how good Light is, but allow me to put it into perspective a little bit. Although first, let's highlight that barracks there on the top corner. It's got double gasser in the back, 2 cannons to protect the probes. So let me just highlight how good Light really is. So the Koreans have been using an elo tracking system to keep track of who at the time is the highest ranked professional player. And they track professional games played against other professionals, either from sponsored, which is sponsored by viewers and paid for by viewers. Like a viewer comes up to the pro and says, hey, do you want to play against this professional for $30? And then they play. Or pro league events where pros come together at night or during the day and say, hey, let's get some viewer donations, make 2 teams and play 1 versus 1 with 2 teams, and the winner of a best of 7 or best of 11 gets all the money. So they've been tracking those sorts of games. They've also been tracking, of course, official events. And yeah, Light, for a long time, with that elo tracking, with that ranking tracking, it has been, over the last 3 years, been in the top 5 or the top 10. Rarely outside of the top 5. Which goes to show that, like, if you are a top 5 player for more than 3 years, you definitely are one of the best players of all time. And it largely shows in Light's ability to more or less always know what to do. He decided against pushing forward. He's instead progressing into High Templar, Zealot Speed, and level 1 attack. Whereas Mong, forced on his back foot, forced to defend without a choke. So Light is going to go for the big Zealot army, level 1 attack, and Storm, and try to run Mong over. Mong, though, not going to sit around and wait, but this might not be the best choice because now Marines are going down. Zealots are getting a great surround there from the side, but the medics are blocking the Zealots a little bit, so the Marines do more damage than they should, because there's just a great setup from Mong, putting those medics in the front, which then, of course, blocks the Zealots, but now Zealot speed is finished up. Level 1 attack soon will be as well, and High Templars are on the way. Storm almost finished up, but Light cannot yet go in. He wants to wait for the Storms, the level 1 attack, and the High Templars, which gives Mong a little bit of time to push forward very quickly towards the choke to maybe set up a wall, which is the one thing Light actually wants to prevent from happening. He does not want Mong to build a wall. Mong now getting barracks number 6, factor number 2, and a starport as well. Level 1 attack is on the way for the Marines. Marines stepping forward very aggressively. Maybe not the best choice. Forced to pull back towards his bunkers. Now Light is pushing forward. Mong is in a very difficult situation here, but Light decides against committing fully. He doesn't believe that he has enough to break through at the moment. He wants just a couple more units. I think maybe he could have pushed forward a little bit more, because there really wasn't much here for Mong, although he did have 2 bunkers almost filled up. He goes in, gonna try to get those Templars into that corner to storm on the SCVs. No storm on that one. Does have storm on this one single High Templar. SCVs are running away to safety. SCVs largely do survive. The storm did kill something. He did kill about, I think he killed about 10. His worker count is down to 27. Light is on 41, and that worker count should be about equal. So yeah, he did in fact kill about 10, but lost his entire army. So Mong does make it out alive. More barracks are on the way. His economy is in a pretty bad shape. Another attack there coming out from Light. He really is playing very aggressively. Firebats in the mix there, though, are going to obliterate and destroy the Zealots. Dragoons there, though. Firebats went down pretty quick. Zealots are still alive. Dragoons are helping out a lot. There's 2 more Templars there in the mix. Gonna try to push forward over this exact same spot, but the control tower sealing off this little pathway can't get through. Gonna have to kill this all, which gives the time for the Marines and the tanks to kill everything here in the corner. Storms a tank, takes it down. Beautifully done by Mong. This control tower saving the game. This control tower definitely saved the game. Sealing off the entrance. There's no more SCVs on the gas, putting everything on the minerals. That's how low his economy went. And Light now with about 8 gateways on the middle, another 3 for a total of 11. You're back at home, still only on a single Nexus, but consistently non-stop producing. He's on 46 probes, got double upgrade there on the way, level 2 weapon, level 1 armor. And he's got Mind Control also getting researched. Nexus number 2, they're on the way. Light is gonna try again to break through. Mong, though, is pushing forward. He really wants to secure his choke and wall off. And Light wants to keep preventing that from happening. Another wave of Zealots and Dragoons there on the back, coming forward, breaking through, gaining ground, gaining major ground. Will it be enough? 3 tanks in the back should be enough to defend. Bunkers there all around with Marines inside. The one attack for the Marines is finished up. Dragoons pushing forward, have to kill those tanks in the back, but more tanks are finishing up and sieging up. Now the bunkers are such a deal breaker for Light's forward push, and Mong survives yet again. But so far, this has been a very intense game. I really like Light's moves. I really like how he's playing Protoss. Mong is showing that he, yes, indeed, is a worthy opponent for Light. Now, do note, both of these players are professionals on Terran. But when you're a very high-level professional, all your races are on a professional level. But Light is mainly known for his Terran. He did play Protoss for half a year, to some success, had some great performances, but it's not at the same level as his Terran. Both players are absolute Terran experts on the highest level. Light breaks through right as the wall is finished up. Though the wall being just finished up as Light attacks is actually saving Mong. If that wall had not been finished, if that wall had not been built, I do think Light would have killed Mong right there, which goes to show the importance of properly building a wall in your choke, just to add an obstacle for those Zealots and Dragoons to go through. It just gives you so much safety, so much leverage in defending. An attack on the high ground gives all the more power to the Terran. So Mong with his double command center, now getting his economy back in order, 48 SCVs, got a Dark Archon there in the front for Light, building a lot more gateways. I like this, reducing the distance to his opponent. Building gateways in the middle really does reduce the distance, allows you to attack a lot faster, more consistently. But there's also a pretty big downside. If Mong survives for long enough and he pushes into the middle, all of this is gonna die. Which means Light is gonna have to build a second large block of gateways here back at home in his main base. Getting a lot of probe protection. There's cannons on either sides and in the front as well. He's on 72 probes. With his probe production has been pretty damn consistent. Also, pylons all over the side spot out this one dropship, and Light is gonna try to intercept it. Okay, finds the dropship. Is it gonna go down? It goes down with the last shot. Beautifully done. So both players are inching closer to maxed out supply. Let me just hide those friend messages real quick. So currently we are, for Light, on 2 attack, 1 armor. Mong is on 1 attack, getting level 2 attack now because the economy is fine and dandy. Finally getting his armories, reorganizing his base because everything is a complete mess. Some temples there going. He's looking for a way into Mong's base, but the drop comes so late that the sides have been pretty well fortified. So just going to storm on the Marines and clear out some supply. Kill some units, reduce that army size. Pretty smart move. 1 High Templar went down. Gonna pick up a couple more. I think I know what he's gonna try to do here. He's either gonna go for a drop for over the side, or he's gonna go for a frontal attack and unload those shuttles right on top of these tanks and Marines in the front, and then break through after killing everything here in the back. Although at the moment it does look like he's gonna go for a drop on the minerals. There's a couple turrets on the bottom corner, some Marines here in the middle of the base. Nothing here on the side to really intercept shuttles. There's a Courser in the mix as well, which should help those shuttles fly through pretty much unopposed. Gas proxy base there. Okay, comes in over the bottom corner. Marines are moving to the wrong location because this is the real drop. This is the fake drop. Although, actually, no, I'm wrong. The top drop from the north was the real drop, and the bottom drop was the distraction drop, and the distraction drop actually didn't get intercepted, and the real drop got intercepted, which goes to show that perhaps sometimes you should put high Templars into both drops instead of just one drop. Kills the bottom corner turrets, which helps him a lot. Double bunker there on the bottom corner to help with fighting units getting unloaded. Like, Marines and bunkers don't die to storms, which is really useful. They don't die to Reavers either. If you don't have them in bunkers, or if you don't have the Marines inside a bunker, the Reavers being unloaded here, or the High Templars being unloaded, kill those Marines really quick. So this is a really smart detail from Mong. Goes to show he has built a lot of experience over the time, and is now able to use his experience to apply his knowledge to fastest map really effectively. Another big drop there from Light coming in over the right side. Looking for a spot to fly in from. Bottom corner has largely been rebuilt, and there's Marines in the mix as well. Barrack in the air, spots out the shuttle. Mong is responding. Light turns around, wants none of that. Wants none of that. He's gonna try again though. He's gonna try again. Comes right back in. Mong knows there's an Archon there on the scene. Couldn't get the mind control. Tried the mind control. Couldn't get the mind control. As the Dark Archon got sniped immediately with a great target fire from Mong. Clears at the bottom corner. Now, Light hasn't been able to really do much over the past 6 minutes. Ever since Mong secured his choke, Light hasn't really been able to hurt Mong that much. Mong is really good at defending, and it's showing. He's pretty much maxed out, 182 supply, needs a couple more supply depots, lifting up his barracks as well, lifting him to the sides to get more vision, preparing to fill out his base with starports and factories. Frontal attack happening, not happening. He's waiting for this drop down on the top corner here back at home. He got double Stargate, Arbiter Tribunal finished up. He's mining gas from the proxy gas base. Still a lot of gateways on the middle. He's waiting to go in over this top left corner. And there he goes. A lot of turrets there though. But the Corsairs should do enough work. Shuttles mostly and largely do survive. No Marines in the back. Starts unloading on top of everything. SVs are running to safety. Double storm. SVs. 40 of them went down. Even more going down. And there's Templars, Zealots in the back. Storming everything he can. No discrimination. Just mowing down everything with the lightning. And it's working. It's working. He really did a number on Mong. Which should give Light ample room to start diversifying his technology and probably just ram his army into this frontal wall, because at this point Mong is so damn broke that pretty much everything that goes down is too much for Mong to handle. So Light is going to have to pick up the pace. The one thing I noticed with Light on fastest map though is that he really slows down a lot. He starts really fast, comes out guns blazing with like 300 APM, but then slows down to about 200, which isn't really bad in my opinion. You can do a whole lot with 200 APM as long as you play smart, precise, and efficient. But Mong with his almost 300 APM, which he can maintain for over an hour, might have the edge over Light in terms of speed in the late game. Another drop there coming out over the top side, but there's too many turrets. Shuttles both go down, doesn't arrive in the hometown. SVs are all safe and sound. They live to mine another day. And Mong making some real progress here, pushing forward. But Light adapts very quick, picks up some Zealots, unloads them on top of the tanks, trying to trigger some mines as well. Layers out about 5 or 6 tanks with those 2 drops, going back to the middle to pick up more. But now his gateways are under attack and in danger of getting taken down pretty damn quick. Got some carriers on the way there from Light here on the top right corner. They should be contributing nicely in the near future. Now the question of course becomes, what are Light's upgrades? 2-1-2 on the ground, Mong is 1-1 on the tanks, 0-2 on the Marines. Arbiter in the front gonna get taken down, a little bit careless there from Light. Great storms though, clears out all the Marines and a couple of tanks as well, pushing Mong back into his base. Mong is losing too many units, decides to stop the push and pull back into his own base. Light sees this opportunity to push forward a little bit and kill a little bit more, just to do a little bit more damage to Mong. Not let Mong get comfortable in his retreat and punish him for it instead. Mong's economy though now back on 50 SCVs on 5 command centers. He should be recovering quite nicely, pretty quickly at this point. But his factory count currently only on 9, a little bit low. A couple of mass attacks, cleaning out those tanks, might actually at this point overpower Mong, because Mong would not be able to keep up with Light's production. But Light is deciding for more drops and deciding to wait for more advanced technology, because he got carriers on the way, 6 of them in total. His upgrades for air, I need a Corsair to see what his upgrades are for his air. So let me click on the Corsair, let me put my ball all away. 111 for the air upgrades, 222 finishing up very soon. Also finishing up those gateway upgrades. Mong is spending so fast, low minerals, really low minerals. Mong knows a drop is coming, dancing back and forth with his Goliath, starts filling out his base with more factories and starports. He probably knows carriers are on the way, so starports are going to be his choice to defend against the carriers. 4 armies are on the side, getting, I think, all the upgrades for ground and air. Shuttles are hanging right there on the side. Light is cannoning up the middle, has not yet decided to build more gateways in his main base. They're all largely still on the middle. And how many does he have in the middle? Got 6 there, 3, 9, 12, 15 in gateways. That's not a lot of gateways, 15. But in most cases, 15 is enough. As long as you have, for example, Stargate base or technology switches back and forth between carriers and gateway army. In that sense, Light has a lot of production. His main base is largely for shuttles, arbiters, and upgrades. So Mong has recovered back on 67 SCVs. Carriers on the top side there ready to escort those shuttles into Mong's base. Mong spots the carriers there, which should give him the sign to move Goliaths to the top corner to intercept shuttles, because they will be coming in, and there they go. Shuttles coming in. Mong is in position to snipe them out of the air, but they are unloading. Templars are loading on the scene as well, but the Templar is a little bit too up high. Templar gets sniped, so no storm on the SVs happening this time around. Keeps his economy safe and sound. The Zealots are here on the scene though, on the top corner, killing the turrets, getting at least some damage down on Mong to at least weaken him up a little bit in at least one department. But the economy at the moment is safe and sound. Gonna fill up the remaining gas as well. Large ball of starports, building Valkyries, and the carriers themselves retreated back to the middle. The 4 of them there at the moment, which means 2 did go down. Now I do wonder, is Light gonna build shield batteries? Something we see a lot of carrier players go for, shield batteries, like 20 of them on the side, which allows the carriers to fly back and forth. Like they attack, lose their shields, they retreat, heal up the shields, and go right back in. So a small little drop proxy base there on the side. Carriers are slowly peeling away at the outer layers of Mong's army. Taking some damage there from the Valkyries though with their 1-2 upgrades. Carriers are currently on 2-2-2. Another drop there being prepared on the middle. Yeah, Light is having some trouble really breaking the outer layers of Mong's armor. Mong has armored himself up quite well. Still only on 9 factories though, so there are some real chances for Light to break through with superior production. Because only having 9 factories does limit your production quite heavily. He's largely relying on anti-air units with all those starports. Arbiter there as well. Arbiter got EMP'd. Well, I don't see a vessel, but it has no energy, so I assume it got EMP'd. because I don't see anything locked up in stasis. So Mong is growing bigger and stronger, richer as well. Light's carrier fleet is growing. He's got another 6 there on the way, so it will be a total of 10. But these 4 are taking some real big damage. The storm there, oh, flies in. Didn't arrive at the SCVs there though. Did not arrive at the SCVs. Felt forced to unload on the corner. Couldn't reach, or at least unload a Templar near the SCV. Near the SCVs. They get a huge storm off on the Valkyries. They're all pretty much a low HP. Has shield batteries there on the side as well. All tank carriers still alive. Got more Arbiters on the way. A Dark Archon there being morphed as well. And you got 2 Reavers queued up from, I assume, these 2 Robos. So it's going to fly, drops in over this bottom corner as the carriers attempt to assist them through. So yeah, Mong is finally feeling rich and strong, unsieges, and starts rolling into the middle. Let's put the pressure onto Light. Carriers there getting caught, moving around. Valkyries go for the attack. Carriers trying to fight back. He's kind of forced to just hang in the air. Moves towards the shield batteries, healing up real quick. But the tanks pushing forward. Light needs more army. He's got Dark Templars finishing up there on the middle, ready to go for a small little push. Hit those tanks as they unsiege. Storms on the Valkyries, and the Valkyries all go down. That's honestly the only downside of Valkyries, even though they are so damn strong against air units. They kind of have to hang still in the air, motionless. Makes them easy to stasis, easy to storm, easy to take down. So now tanks are rolling across the map, not sure where they're going. He's just moving all over the map. He just wants to go into this top corner and maybe kill the pylon that is warping in those stargates. With cannons on the way, do kind of party poop all over those tanks, but now tanks are pushing through while the carriers are away from the middle, which gives Mong some time to push forward. That was a great misdirection, and Light fell for it. Light had to chase the tanks around, which gives these tanks here on the middle a lot of time to push forward. But Templars are getting destroyed. Blasted to Kingdom Come. There's another drop here prepared on the bottom corner, but can't yet go in because he has to focus on killing the middle. More Valkyries come from the back to the front. They rebuild those Valkyries really quick. There's no shield batteries on the middle, so the carriers have nowhere to heal when they have to fight on the middle. They simply cannot easily get to the shield batteries without getting intercepted by Goliaths and Valkyries. The carriers are at the moment, in my opinion, somewhat of a liability to Light. Light has some proxy bases though, building gateways here on the 3 o'clock base. Oh no, got EMP and Valkyries on the middle. Carriers going down really quick. Look at them go, ignoring the cannons. He doesn't give a damn. Carriers are dead and gone. Mong with a strong move there, power move, taking control over the game, punishing Light for his mistakes. Arbiters on the side are waiting. Templars in the back getting sniped by the tanks. It's an Arbiter here in the middle with a shuttle flying back and forth, not sure what it's trying to do. He's looking for an SCV to mind control, but there's no SCVs. There's some SCVs on the side here, but he's not gonna get those into a mind control anytime soon. But he's trying, he's looking, just not gonna happen. So the middle has been cleared out. We have 4 proxy bases, one with stargates, one with gateways, one with intended for gas, and the shield battery and drop proxy base there on the bottom. But what's more important, Mong is knocking on Light's front door. Reaver in the front there tries to micro, but there's too many Valkyries, too many tanks. The Arbiters are next, getting chased down, getting murderized. Storm's coming down. Tanks do take some heavy damage. Zealots coming from the side to flank. Pretty good stasis on those tanks there, though. It's going to help those Zealots at least take down some of the tanks. But more tanks come from the base there. out of Mong's base. Mong is still only on 9 factories. So the production isn't super high, but he's making the most of what he's got. And he's using everything very efficiently, which is, of course, always beautiful to watch. So now he's getting closer to Light's mineral line. He's pushing forward as fast as he can. Valkyrie's arriving on the scene. Carriers are still building their interceptors, can't really fight back. He's going to push forward really fast. Now Light does have 17,000 minerals, so he's pretty rich. But the carriers at the moment, pretty damn weak. Tanks sieging up. Probes getting taken down to 25 probes. Valkyries in the air, the control is amazing. Light has nowhere left to run, but the carriers intercepts them as they migrate to a new base. Oh, painful, painful, painful loss here for Light. As those carriers, even though he splits them up perfectly, perfect split, the carriers will lose this fight because the Valkyries are really damn strong. While here in the main base, he's losing his main base. He's losing his technology, which is really big. He needs the technology. Big gateway army here being built on the side, getting more gateways as well. Well, the carriers might actually win this fight. I'm not too sure. Well, no, the carriers are not going to win because more Valkyries coming in. Got an Arbiter on the scene as well, waiting for double stasis. Gets 1, gets 2. Carrier saved. Not the carrier saved, just 1 carrier saved. Main base dead and gone. It is being compromised. Now the top right corner is next. Mong is pushing through with his maxed out tank upgrades against maxed out Dragoon and gateway upgrades against maxed out carrier and Arbiter upgrades. Everything is maxed out on upgrades, but Mong has the upper hand at the moment. Light is burning through money. He's trying to recover really quick. He's got probes mining on the 11 o'clock, probes mining on the 1 o'clock. Now though, carriers don't have a lot of interceptors yet, but they are going to kill the tanks very, very slowly. Arbiters coming in, not Arbiters, Valkyries coming in, and these Valkyries on the side getting out of stasis, ready to participate in killing the carriers. Carriers are surrounded. There's nowhere left to run. Arbiter in the air is the first target. These Valkyries not yet participating. Tanks are pushing forward, ready to kill those probes. Large gateway army gonna go for the backstab attack. Gonna ignore this army, because while this army is away from home, another army is going for the attack. He killed all of his own SCVs. He got stormed. He got Reaver dropped or stormed, so he's down to 29 SCVs in total. Mong is pulling back his tanks. He knows something fishy is happening. He knows he's getting counterattacked from the back. Tank on the high ground there is being annoying. He needs the Dragoons to kill the tank so he can push forward. He's got 1 tank in the back. Tanks are retreating. Tanks are going home. Tanks are going to be spawning very soon as well. Zealots are penetrating through into the back line. Goliaths are spawning. A lot of... Oh, this 1 tank in the front absolutely slowed him down so much. These Zealots and Dragoons would already be in between all those factories if that 1 tank on the high ground did not exist. He's pushing through, getting flanked from the back and the front. They have to clear out those tanks here in the front first. I think Mong has got this because he's got a really good position here. It's very difficult for Light to get through this. Very difficult to get through this. Got a couple of probes that are being built on the top corner. Got 21 in total now. Carriers are coming from across the map. Raids are being built from Mong. Back on 50 SCVs because he's got 5 commands for this really quick recovery. The tanks in the back are just impossible to get to. Impossible to hit. The army that Light had is getting taken down, but he's also destroying a large chunk of Mong's base. He's making Mong pay for that very aggressive push across the map. Drop gets shut down. Carriers in the air. Valkyries pushing forward. Valkyries are getting target fired by the Dragoons. Valkyries have been taken down. The raids are also dead and gone, but more raids are being built. There's no observer at the moment. So Light is trying to attack and rebuild both at the same time. Shield batteries healing those carriers back up. A lot of raids being built. Zealots are on the bottom corner killing supply depots, turrets, whatever they can. Mong pulling SCVs forward to repair and rebuild whatever he's lost. Back on 63 SCVs. Light is on 31 probes and very low on minerals, but has a lot of gas, so that's not his concern at the moment. Because 1, 2, 3 nexuses to rebuild. Doesn't have a lot of technology. Oh, he rebuilt his cyber core. observatory there as well to get observers because he saw the raids. So he knows he needs some observers. Already building, already finished 2 of them. So Light is performing really well under a lot of pressure here. He's close to death, but is maxed out. Is rebuilding all over the place. Multitasking is really good. This match is... This is a really interesting match. Really exciting match. Oh, going for the Corsairs. Raids doing their job. Now hunting for the carriers. But little does he know, there's observers in the air to protect those exact same carriers. Flying all around. Did he find the observers? He found the shuttle. Takes down the shuttle. Raids. Gonna try to... Oh, they cannot get the observer, and they do get taken down eventually. He's got those 5 carriers with full shields. Low HP though. Low HP. On pretty much all the carriers except 1. So goes in for a frontal attack. A lot of zealots, a lot of dragoons. A large counter army from Mong, but he's not yet maxed out. Light has the stronger army at the moment. Pushing forward. Carriers in the air getting taken down. 1 Corsair doing a lot of work on all of the air units, but get taken down in the end eventually. But now, dragoons pushing forward. Is Light gonna win this exchange? Is Light gonna win this exchange? Oh my god. Oh my god, I think Light is winning this game. I think Light is actually winning the game, although more raids are on the way. There's just 2 observers. Cloak is not going to save him. Did Light just... Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Wow, Light with some really... Light really performed so well over that past 6 minutes. That was beautiful. I've never seen someone win from a situation like that. That was really good thinking. Like, all of a sudden, all of his moves just became absolutely perfect. He was doing so many different things at the same time. Building, attacking, reading, moving, microing, producing, everything all at once. Light really does shine when he's under a lot of pressure. And that situation just now showed it. That was a pure testament of game skill and IQ. Beautifully done. Light comes out on top in game number 1. So let's give him a win on the top. Let me find where I have it. Light wins game number 1, which means we're gonna go for game number 2 in the next video, because I don't have enough time to do another long replay. Because game number 2 is a long one, and game number 3, I'm not quite sure how long game number 3 is, but I do know game number 2 is a long one. So we're in for another epic battle between Light and Mong, and I hope you enjoyed it. So please do return in the next video when I will cast game number 2. See you soon. Have a great day.